Well, hello, welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. My name is Mike, and today we are talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas. The premise of this is Jack Skellington, king of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but his attempt to bring Christmas to his home causes confusion. This is directed by Henry Selick, with writing credits for Tim Burton, Michael McDowell, and Caroline Thompson, starring such people as Chris Sarandon, Danny Elfman, Catherine O'Hara, Paul Rubin, Glenn Shaddix, Ken Page, Greg Proops, among lots of other talented voice performers. It is the holiday season, so I figured it's time that we just kind of dive right in and talk about some pretty wonderful holiday movies. We've got a number of them that we've talked about before, but this is the first time that I brought up The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I found a little weird because this feels like a pretty big staple in our house for both Halloween and for Christmas. I've seen this before. I saw it in theaters when I was really young, and subsequently, this was one that just continually came up each year since it came out. So this one's pretty heavily ingrained into my yearly rotation to watch this at least a couple of times a year. So thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle. This is a very, very high thumbs up for me. And the reason being is because this is perhaps one of the most original movies that Disney put out during this time under the Touchstone production banner, I guess. But this was really original, and also it was vastly different with its animation style, but moreover, just with the between the music and the story and the characters, the overall aesthetic of this movie is just really, really amazing. Jack Skellington is one of the more complicated characters that Disney has put out because Jack's trying to do the right thing, but he doesn't realize what he's doing is detrimental. And I think that's one of the more fascinating aspects of him because it's a great way to show that, like, hey, too much of a good thing really is a bad thing. And moreover, that your ambition to try and, you know, put your own spin on something can be really bad, especially for others with their preconceived expectations. I think Jack kind of gaslighting everyone in Halloween Town to, just go along with his Christmas idea is really great. But it just goes to prove that he means well, but it just the execution and the way that he's going about doing it, because he's thinking that his vision is the only vision that really matters, and that really doesn't understand the true meaning of Christmas because he's just kind of interpreting it from his like Halloween lens. So, and it's no surprise that Tim Burton is, the person that would come up with this story. This feels like this was just tailor made for him. And then also you combine that with like a really amazing Danny Elfman score, but more importantly, just some incredible songs as well. That opening "This Is Halloween" song is fantastic. I play it every year at the week of or the week before Halloween, when I host trivia, because it's just a great song. And then Jack's Lament is just one of those great I want songs, or I think like I'm not sure what my purpose is beyond Halloween. It's just a huge identity crisis for him. But then also when he gets to Christmas Town and just the stark contrast, because he's not used to just seeing such bright colors and such a vastly different world. It is really a shame that they never went back to the well with this and to explore some of these other random holidays too. I thought that that would have been ripe for like a really good sequel. But also at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad that they just kind of left this alone and let it be, because I think this just kind of just ultimately stands the test of time. Oogie Boogie is a terrifying, terrifying villain just by the way he looks and how he's always gambling, and then And then just the bugs and everything like that. It's just creepy as just as can be. So Oogie Boogie is just, I think, will go down as one of Disney's greatest villains because the last time that we went to, or that me and my family we went to Disney, it was around Halloween, and Nightmare Before Christmas and Oogie Boogie were just heavily featured, which I find hilarious, but also at the same time, it makes sense. So I don't really have a whole lot that I don't like about The Nightmare Before Christmas. I guess the one thing that I will say that I don't like about it, it's too short. It's an hour and 16 minutes. So this is a quick watch. Yeah, I wish that there was that we have more time. And I guess the only other thing I wish that Sally would have had a little bit more to do. That's really about it. But the problem is I don't know what else Sally could have done because she's the one that she understands exactly what's happening right now, and she understands that, like, hey, we are corrupting the spirit of Christmas and it's just not going to be good. So if we, if we kind of just take a step back and actually like breathe a little bit, maybe instead we'll figure out that maybe this isn't a good idea, but that's not what happened. I guess also I could have used more Zero, but because I think Zero is adorable, but again, I don't know what else Zero could have done. So these are nitpicks at the end of the day. What have I learned from The Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that stop motion is just an amazing medium for animation. And this was a pretty fun movie to watch in 4D. I'm really not really a 4D or a 3D fan, but between the Christmas lights in real life and then the snow at the end, plus also the pumpkins and the jack-o'-lanterns, everything like that, that's really cool too. So there is a lot to love about The Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is definitely one that if it is not in your rotation, to just continue to watch it because it's really great and it's really outstanding. And this is one that even my kids really enjoy, even though they, maybe they don't always understand everything that's going on in it, but also at the same time, they didn't find it that scary. It's just they really enjoyed it. So Nightmare Before Christmas, two enthusiastic thumbs up, and definitely one to recommend keeping it in your Disney rotation, particularly around the holidays. That's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website at .com. Follow us on Letterboxd at MLHilty2452, and follow our list labeled Family Movie Night. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you've got a podcast idea and you're interested in being part of the SPDM Crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.